Y'all, it's your girl MGD, and you are tuned into Black in the Day by AD, where we celebrate our dopeness 24/7, 365. What's up, y'all? It's your girl MGD, and you are tuned into another episode of Black in the Day by AD. Today, I have a very special guest with me, BJ. Welcome to Black in the Day.
What's good? What's good?
Thank you for coming on.
Hey, it's my pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. So, yeah, you're an entrepreneur. I know you sing a little bit.
Yes, yeah. I do.
Tell us about that.
Well, I do have the brand Aboriginality. This is one of our signature pieces here, Queen Calafia, for all the fly queens out here, as well as the kings who appreciate a fly queen, But Aboriginality is a brand that stands for the people. It's and for the culture and for humanity. It's a line that encompasses the all, as we are entering into 2020, and beyond. We're dealing with ourselves from a cultural, tribalistic understanding and basically formalizing a renaissance, within the fashion. So,
I like that. Yes. Yeah, that's dope.
Thank you.
Yeah.
We are on Instagram, AB_originality. And you can order at aboriginality.bigcartel.com.
For sure. Go get that. Check that on out. So, we're going to play a little game of this or that.
Okay, I'm down.
This week's topics.
Get with this, or you didn't get with that?
Okay, hip-hop or R&B?
Man. I'm going to have to go a nice... hip-hop soul.
So both.
Both.
It's a thing. Okay,
yeah.
Cool. Well, this week's topics are R&B heavy, so.
Okay.
90s R&B or 2000s R&B?
Man, no. Oh.
Like the early 2000s.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
That's why I said, ooh.
Yeah.
That's when he made a comeback. I'm going to have to go, we're going to 90s R&B.
Same.
Yeah.
So, female vocalist R&B or male?
Man. Believe it or not, I probably have more favorite female vocalists. Yeah, to be quite honest with you. I got a few male vocalists that I definitely have a top 5 probably per each. So to be honest with you,
yeah. Sometimes it's hard to narrow down. I be doing like top 15.
I have to go off with signature voices. That are like, what do I like? I guess so. If I went, in the past 10 years or so, in terms of female vocalists, the Jasmine Sullivans. Another name in my head. She's not really popular as much anymore, but we'll say Chriselle Michelle. I guess you probably want to know the male vocalist.
Yeah, we'll get to that.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
A song that makes you happy.
A song that makes.
It's not really this or that. I just want to throw a curveball in there.
Yeah, man, there's quite a few songs that put me in a good mood. Because it's a little difficult for me because I like feel good music. So I can name a bunch of songs. Big Sean's his first single that he dropped, that Like It's My Last.
Yes.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
I Can Let That Ride anytime. Barrington Levy, Vibe So Right. Man, I like Blackberry Molasses. That's a track that definitely makes me feel good.
Nice song.
A lot of SWV music makes me feel really good.
Yeah.
You're the One For Me to the track they had on the Above the Rim soundtrack. Yeah, Anything, Love Will Be Right Here. Use Your Heart and Not Your Eyes. Yeah, so I love feel good music. I could go on and on.
Same. Wow.
A lot of Timbaland stuff. Man, it's
Timbaland,
it's a lot of music that makes me feel good. Yeah, I can put on a Miguel track, and it just has a. It's
album,
another Scorpio. I mean, he takes you through all the feelings from the, and it flows very well from the dark to the light to the dark.
Miguel's albums, like whenever he puts them out, they're solid. Like you can play them start to
classic
finish.
albums.
Yeah,
Yep.
Especially that debut album.
Yeah, his debut and his second one.
Yeah,
they are all of them, man.
Yeah.
He's given to me. I mean, I even think he's probably undervalued, I would say, in this generation. He is the musical genius that he is.
I seen this clip. It was so hilarious. I kind of don't remember, like, it actually happening, but I seen the clip. Apparently, he was trying to, like, try out for Fatty Poo. And they were like, oh, my God, he's so weird. Like, Miguel is so, he's not going to fit in. And it's just like, the tables turn.
Crazy.
Because where is Fatty Poo? And then Miguel is Miguel.
I know, right?
No shade. But all tea.
How could I forget Skywalker?
Yeah.
That's a feel good track. I think that's the universal feel good track right now.
Yeah, for sure. And we definitely need it sitting in the house on quarantine. So last one. It's kind of off topic of music, but it ties into this week's topic.
Gotcha.
Basketball movies or football movies?
As a kid, I would get excited about the football movies because I felt that they were kind of few and far. But reality, man, the basketball movies have made way more classics.
Yeah.
Football movie is kind of, I think football from that perspective from a movie, I think is a little more difficult to kind of capture at times to really make it, I guess interesting. At least it hasn't been done just yet. I mean, the movies that we've had glimpses of it, you look at like, I don't even know if it's the best example, but Boys in the Hood. I mean, Ricky was, you have a star football player, on his way to do something, but making the movie, I guess one was The Program, if I'm not mistaken. It was one that came out in the 90s. Yeah. But it didn't, in terms of like the back in the day, you know what I mean? It wasn't like on the radar. Certain cats you might have heard, watching that, but it wasn't something that unnecessary roughness might have been the biggest. The replacements, but those were more. Yeah.
Friday Night Lights.
Friday Night Lights. Friday Night Lights.
Yeah.
That was the biggest, but it wasn't necessarily. It was multicultural, but Friday Night Lights was a dope movie.
Versus like the whole cast or like the majority. Yeah.
But if you go,
the one they did in Dallas.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
that wasn't. Yeah, I guess I haven't seen that one to really speak on. I don't even know how well it did, but that was one for the culture.
Yeah.
Definitely.
For sure.
I think, but the basketball movies though, man, really, I mean, they, in terms of the culture, like definitely, they galvanized us more.
Yeah, I agree with that. Speaking of basketball movies, Kyrie Irving has a birthday today, March 23rd.
Young Aries.
Yeah. He turns 28. I did not know he was that young. I also did not know he was born in Australia.
Yeah, I think he might have been military. Or what was, yeah.
I believe so.
Or dad may have had some type of big-time contractor type of gig.
Yeah, that threw me off. I was like, oh, I did not know this. But I read an article, and apparently he's donating $323,000 and 250,000 meals amidst this whole coronavirus thing. And he started like a share meal campaign to help the New York residences.
Okay, that's dope. I guess obviously it'll take a lot more than New York. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
It's big for him to do that. I mean, then you got Zion down in New Orleans paying for the salaries. Or whatever, paying for the salaries of the I think the employees of the stadium,
Yeah.
of the arena, yeah. So that's that's big. When you have guys who make a lot of money, but it's arguable that some of them probably it's very they put it in a lot of different areas.
Yeah.
Where it's probably not progressive for them. And some of them, they basically just kind of blow through it, some of them. So it's good that you can see that type of leadership, and, in the Aries. It kind of basically, it shines a light on that, the positive sides of that energy,
Absolutely.
taking the initiative. I'm here,
Yeah.
So that's dope.
Yeah. And see, people try
And he did that on his birthday.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
They try to make it seem like Aries are selfish.
I mean, they are. This is coming from a Scorpio, so.
I have an Aries placement.
Yeah.
But
y'all think Mars belong to y'all. That's right.
But yeah, no, that was dope that he did that, for his birthday.
On his birthday. That's hella dope.
Yeah. Basketball movies. Above the Rim came out in '94 on this day, the 23rd.
Dope. I remember. I do remember the season because I remember, watching it in the spring.
Yeah. That is such a classic movie.
It is.
Leon, Tupac, Dwayne Martin,
Bernie Mac.
Yeah, Marlon Wayans.
Who was Marlon Wayans in it? Who was the mother again?
Charge it to my head and not my heart, but I can't remember right now.
What's the guy? My guy Wood Harris.
Yeah. That was.
It was a classic, and as great as classic as the movie was, the soundtrack
super classic.
Super classic. And you want to know the unique thing about that soundtrack?
What?
It was an East Coast movie that had a West Coast record label.
Yeah.
All on the soundtrack.
Yeah. Absolutely, because Snoop was all through there.
Yeah, it was Death Row.
Dre,
it was all Death Row.
Suge, yeah.
And
they all had something to do with it.
Pac was probably the only East Coast artist on there. I mean, when we technical, the only artist from the East Coast.
Yeah, that is wild. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or at least I didn't think
so
about
the soundtrack is literally, I mean, if you remember listening to or watching the movie, rather.
Yeah.
Like the songs that they mostly played Tupac songs because though the soundtrack didn't go with the environment of the movie. So
another classic basketball movie came out March 26, 1997, The Sixth Man.
The Sixth Man. Yeah. That was one of my favorite movies.
Yeah.
1997 March. I was in the 5th grade. So it was second semester, 5th grade, I remember. I think it might have been my mama, but I remember me and my stepbrother going to go see that movie. Hella dope.
Yeah.
I liked, as I've gotten older, I've identified a trait of mine when it comes to movies. I like to be able to tell the location, where they are, whether it's subtle, or if it's just, blatant, right? Just right there. Setting is mentioned in the title or whatever you see it opening up. But I like when you zoom in and you see, a banner of like the Denver Broncos or something like that. That lets me know you're in Denver, right?
Yeah.
So I liked how they incorporated, the university, University of Washington. They didn't make up a college or something like that. They actually used a real college in the area. So I do think they might have been coming out of Northern Cali or they might have been in Washington. I can't remember. But the movie was dope.
I loved it.
It was hella dope. It was funny as hell, man.
And then it's crazy because
Dave Hardison is
when I ask people, I'll be like, "Oh, do you remember that movie, The Sixth Man? It had Kyrie Hardison in it. It had Marlon Wayans." They're like, "No, I don't remember it at all." I'm just like, "How do you not remember this movie? What are you talking about?"
I don't know. It's a lot of the as you get into like the late, I'm gonna say the early '90s babies, that's kind of like where it starts to. There's a shift. Yeah. There's some that are either you are familiar with the era, or you kind of aren't. So, and then it's to what extent, like you obviously have a very fond memory of that, so you're more attached. You may have had been around people older than you at the time that was listening to that.
Yeah,
so it's just a lot more memorable for you. That's how I am with my era. I mean, I can relate to stuff early '90s music, early '90s hip hop on the East Coast because I was hanging out with some guys who were older and they were listening to that.
Yeah, so. For sure. Then lastly, White Man Can't Jump came out March 27th, 1992.
White Man Can't Jump. I was 7. Yep. That another classic movie. My favorite was obviously Rosie Perez.
Of course.
Looking ass.
Of course.
Yep. I got very familiar with Rosie after that. We dated for a few years.
Oh, interesting. You'll have to tell me more about that.
But it was funny, man. I had to, as I got older, I understood certain parts of that was meant for me to understand.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely. That's a classic movie.
Okay, so out of those 3 movies, I want you to rank them 1 to 3.
We had
Above the Rim.
Above the Rim.
The Sixth Man. And White Man Can't Jump.
Man. There's a couple ways I can go with this. I can go with my personal or where they are. Say no.
Always.
Alright, so White Man Can't Jump, Above the Rim, Sixth Man.
Same.
Yeah.
Yeah, same. Okay, so the 27th is also an important day for R&B legends' birthdays.
Yeah.
Mariah Carey has a birthday on the 27th.
I could see that. Mm-hmm. Definitely.
For sure.
Yeah, she's definitely always take me on yours.
Yeah.
Her music is, obviously, it's melodic. My favorite track of hers is probably You'll Always Be. Yeah. Always Be My Baby is probably the exact name of the song. But yeah, I can see that. Yeah. She definitely has that area in her.
And she probably got Leo somewhere in the chart too.
Because she likes to be
sing.
I mean,
Aries
that fire.
She's Mariah. You sing, sis. You've earned it. I
wouldn't be surprised if she had a Taurus moon. When I think about it. Or Taurus somewhere, because she sings.
Yeah, good point. So I wonder what happened to me. Well, anyway, Shaka Khan has a birthday today, March 23rd.
Shaka is, she's there. Like Aries is, I'm here.
Yeah.
What you see is what you get. This is it. Take me. That's the area, and I definitely could see that in Shaka as well.
For sure.
Yeah, that's not a surprise.
It's definitely a thing.
Surprise.
Favorite track of hers?
I mean, I'll just go Sweet Thing, to be honest with you. Off the top of my head.
Yeah. I'll either go, well, I'm gonna go Ain't Nobody. Yeah. I'm not gonna sing it, obviously. I'm not the one of us that can sing, but you know what I'm talking about.
I got you.
And Aretha Franklin.
Yeah,
Legend.
Yeah, definitely.
Auntie Reese.
Yeah, I mean, she just kind of with the art, you gonna respect me, and that's kind of like what Aries is about.
Yeah.
I mean, if you think about it, because it's about self first. It's they gonna put it out there. I always say Aries. If we in the club, you step on the Aries shoe, they fighting right then and there.
Honestly,
you step on the Scorpio shoe, we may let you live, and in our mind, we like he do it one more time. You know what I mean?
It's raps.
Or
Yeah.
the next person to step over my shoe.
It's raps. Yeah.
Yeah.
She was such like an important part of Black culture, like also women's rights movement.
Yeah.
She was definitely involved like in the civil rights movement, especially because her dad was like a pastor and like a well-known pastor, always in like the civil rights movement. So she kind of grew up in that environment in that era. But
she has a unique story to her also being a woman. You know, we know about her, things that happened to her in her personal life, and it was pretty close to home.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, but she represents, so much strength for Black women, and I think her sound, given the time frame of the civil rights movement, for someone who grew up singing in the church, she helped make the soundtrack for the Black experience.
Yes.
Artists like her, artists like, of course, Marvin Gaye,
for sure,
Sam Cooke, and the list goes on. I mean, it's just so much during that time period. If you think about it, many of the artists, the time frame was more cut and dry.
Yeah.
It was more authentic. You were true to self. You didn't have a lot of obstacles. We didn't have the social media component that we have today. I mean, hell, coming in the 50s, they really just started getting TVs like that.
Yeah.
In 50, they got color TV, I believe, and in the 40s is when TV probably came. In the 60s is our fight to end our plight, so to say. And from the 60s and the 70s, you get, a lot of your Black artists, most of them either starting out in the church or they started out on the corner singing doo-wop. Like before a lot of the brothers and sisters up north. But a good majority of them coming out of the South and the Midwest definitely singing in the church. So the time frame, the church was connected to the struggle, to the people, and it produced the Aretha Franklins, of that time frame that we appreciate today. Much of that's the era that really R&B was born.
Honestly,
When you think about it, actually, what we actually call, R&B.
Yeah.
Giving it a name.
I could not have worded that better myself. Teddy Pendergrass.
Yeah, he said turn off the lights. Now, I said turn them off.
He had a birthday March 26th.
Of course he did. It reads.
Yeah. He's definitely in my top male vocalist list. Yeah. That's it.
Yeah, Teddy got the demanding voice. Teddy has the voice that
it was the voice.
He had the voice and the look that was probably more appreciated during the time. Like back then, having the fro and the full beard.
Yeah.
that was highly attractive to most of our women back then.
And even then, I'd be on Pandora looking at the little album cover, and I'd be like, okay, I can see it. I could definitely see it. So I need your top 5 male vocalists.
All right. I'm gonna surprise some people here. We're gonna go. We'll go Sam Cooke, Frankie Lyman.
Okay.
Let's see. We gotta get into. I think I gotta go. I'm gonna put Charlie.
Okay.
I gotta put Charlie, especially me being an Okie and being a singer. And former Langstonite. I did go to Langston. I pledged at Langston.
Okay.
2 years. So I was there. So we Charlie. The 4th, man. Ooh, I'll probably go. I'm gonna go Raphael Sadiq. And then the 5th, I'll go Stokely. Yep.
Yeah, it's a thing.
That's a pretty dope,
It's,
unique
yeah,
list. I
yeah.
think it's a rather unique list. It makes people, oh yeah.
Yeah. Man, I mean, I got mine, but wow. So my top 5, I'm gonna go Luther.
Okay.
Yeah. Marvin Gaye.
Damn.
Stevie, of course. Maxwell. Then Jamie Foxx. And I have to have a 5A. I'll give you a 5A. But a 5A, I gotta throw Luke James in there. Like, I feel like people do not appreciate this man's vocals, and it makes me so sad.
Is it his vocals, or is it just maybe his swag, lack thereof? I don't know, you know what I'm saying? Or like
it's definitely his vocals.
You think they don't like his vocals?
No, I'm saying I feel like they don't appreciate it as much. Like, people don't really talk about, like, him, like...
That's what I'm saying. I think maybe it's in the era, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That we're in, maybe, because I know Luke James can sing.
Yeah.
But I'm not even the person to be asking for current music. But I don't hear a lot of people. I hear reference. I probably heard his name referenced a lot more a few years ago, especially when they did the New Edition movie series. But I don't know. That's interesting because he's very talented.
Yeah, I need y'all to stop playing yourselves and
then I need a 5A.
Music.
I need a 5A because I feel bad.
Okay, 5A.
So we're just gonna shift. We're gonna move. We'll put Marvin in at 3. Move Charlie down to 4. Stokely would be 5A.
Okay. Yeah. I feel that.
Because I damn, I was just speaking of Mars.
I feel that. Speaking of male vocalists, Usher released Confessions today, March 23rd, 2004.
That's you sent me down memory lane, yo.
That album is like one of the
Monumental.
most solid albums I have ever heard in my entire life. Like, start to finish.
Start to finish.
Just, start to finish, for real. I know some people, you can do a start. No, like, without a doubt, that's a start to finish. And then a replay.
Start to finish. It's like it was a soundtrack. I know my time frame. That's the thing. That's the great thing about music. You know, it takes us back to a time in the era. Where were you when this happened?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Which brings to mind Urban Mystic. Where were you?
Yeah.
That's a feel good track that I like. But anyway, for me, senior year, Loudon, Oklahoma. I'm graduating and I'm going to college. The following fall. So it was the soundtrack from then up until then, and it just, it was the track that it was the album that I put on, definitely if I was, thinking about somebody that I was crushing or whatever, definitely the songs spoke to that for me. It spoke to situations, it spoke to my, my personal life. Not saying that I went through all of that at that age, but it, I had a woman in mind to relate for each situation, right? So, and it was just different. It was a transition for me coming from high school and going into college. So, the whole album is fire. The whole album, from front to back. I got my favorites, and I got a couple of favorites on that. God, Let It Burn on there.
It was.
Okay, that was the one. I didn't really like Let It Burn. Let It Burn, that didn't do it for me. It had to grow on me.
Yeah.
But I think was Confessions the second song on there? The second single?
That came out?
Yeah, on that album.
I'm trying to think. I actually
I remember hearing Let It Burn.
Yeah, I was on there.
I remember Let It Burn. It reminded me of You Got It Bad, but it was more, it's like they just kind of switched the keys. But if you listen to like the drum pattern, it was similar.
Yeah.
And a lot of things just sonically, it sounded like they just flipped the beat.
Yeah.
and maybe put a different instrument on it instead of the guitar that they had playing when You Got It Bad. But yeah, Let It Burn wasn't like one of my. It had to literally grow on me. But the album, after I heard Confessions, the song,
Yeah.
you know, just getting the album was a no-brainer. And I literally let it play. I think one of the tracks that probably doesn't get enough notoriety was "Come Follow Me." Come follow me. Come follow me. Come follow me.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Right
it doesn't.
now. Yeah.
It really doesn't.
Yeah.
Wow.
Ooh, listen. What do you say? You came just in time. Right when
Yeah.
I need.
Yeah.
That was a hard
Honestly,
track.
forgot about
But I
that
think
song.
that a lot of I guess for some people, you know, it was maybe some guys it was a little too cheesy. It wasn't a thing to be, you know, singing a love ballad like that, I guess, at that time. But I like that. Man, that was my track. What is the #1 fan?
Superstar.
Yep. Superstar.
Yeah,
Superstar.
that's definitely my favorite one on the album.
My other track on there was the sexy joint. The real sexy joint.
Do it to me.
Nah.
Wait.
Got something to say, baby.
Oh, can you handle it?
Yeah, can you handle it? Can you handle it?
That was
That was
I
a
go there, baby, with you.
But Truth Hurts.
Doom, 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 doom. It smells so good.
Yeah.
Yeah, Truth Hurts. That was one that grew on me.
Yeah.
Listening to the album, yeah, that one.
For sure.
Dang, come on, I know we missing some. Oh, yeah, I was gonna say Caught Up.
I hated that song at first, and that's another one that had to grow on me. For sure.
Yeah. Yeah, Caught Up. What's the other one? The one was in the club. Know how to cut it rug.
Bad Girl.
You a bad
I still listen
girl.
to that song. It's on like
Yeah,
my
bad
playlist.
girl. That should have been a new
sing
track.
it? Have you heard Miguel sing it?
I could only imagine. I could picture that. I think I might have heard it. Yeah.
It was nice.
Players when you see me, act like you know me.
Yeah.
I keep a dollar worth of dimes. You know pimping ain't easy.
Yeah, that's one. That is a jam. It's on like 3 or 4 of my playlists, honestly.
That's just a party track, man. You want to get the club
For
going.
sure.
Like that's an instant classic. I feel like to get people actually dancing, to get their attention.
Yeah. And then
It's for more of a grown up crowd though.
Yeah, I was
At this
on
point,
there.
but I think that any mature mind can relate to it.
Honestly.
And that's what it's made for.
Yep.
How did I forget about that?
He has another script that we don't have.
This is true.
That's what it's made for. You know, I got it. Cause look, I will go from that one to the Come Follow Me. I think those were probably definitely made by the same production. So we got the list right here. Let's see. Oh yeah. Truth Hurts, yeah. Yeah, that's my track. Do It To Me. I feel like we're gonna have to play one of these. That might be the greatest R&B album of definitely a 10-year span. I know.
2000.
For sure.
2000s, yeah. We did, it's I don't even know one that. The only one that could. I mean, Miguel's is dope, but it's not that.
Well, we could put that in.
You could.
Like
it has its own lane.
2010 era.
Yeah.
Yeah. So another classic album that was released in this week's topics on March 23rd, 1997, Biggie's Life After Death.
Classic album.
Absolutely.
Classic album.
Yeah. Hopefully this week you're not gonna hate on Biggie. I done had like my past 2 or 3 guests was hating so hard, and it made me so sad.
It's probably a reflection of where they're from and their upbringing. I'm not even just joking. I don't get that, but
yeah,
that's not. I don't say you can hate on Biggie.
So this album had Hypnotize on it, No Money, No Problems, Going Back to Cali, Notorious Thugs. The list goes on and on.
All About the Benjamins. Was that on there? Yeah, All About the Benjamins was on his album, I believe.
I'm trying to think.
I mean, he was on the track and it switched. The beat switched when it got to his part.
Because I feel like he'll edit this. So, favorite song on that album?
Damn. I want to say, damn, no, that's not on that one. Hold on. Yeah, I need a refresher. I almost said who should I say? What's the name? Story to Tell. Yeah, that's my track.
Yeah.
That's the track. Yeah. Oh no, I'm tripping. Sky's the Limit. The fuck? Yeah, shit. Sky's the Limit is one of my favorite tracks of all time.
Yeah.
I know the verses. Like Sky's the Limit, and I love that album. I love the video.
Yeah.
Because it was depicting, the children, in the as with the same attributes or same, features that they would have as they had as adults. Like you saw Busta Rhymes, you saw Jay-Z, you saw Nas, the baby Nas, right? And it was just, it was refreshing because it showed, kids dreaming, and I think it's a beautiful song. Big is telling his story on it.
Yeah.
He grew up hard, so I like the lyrics. Look at they man, big man, they never try, so they roll with him and fold with him. I mean, loyalty. Cats brought me milks at lunch. The milks was chocolate, the cookies butter crunch. Man, like he did a whole verse on how he was getting picked on, and for what he never been as broke as me. I like that. When I was young, I had 2 pair of leads. Besides that, the pinstripes with the gray, the ones I wore on Mondays and Wednesdays. When niggas flirt, I'm showing tigers on my shirt and alligators. You want to see the inside? I see you later. Here come the drama. That's the nigga with the fake. Wow, why you punch me in my face? Stay in your place, play your position. Here come my intuition. Go in this nigga pockets. Robin Wine's friends watching. The hoes clocking. Something next. His crew's your crew, or they might be next. Look at they man big man, they never tried. Yeah.
Bars,
nigga. Bars.
Classic.
Is Big a Taurus or Gemini?
Gemini.
Damn. 2 Geminis.
0 degrees.
2 Geminis died like that.
Yeah.
Virgo moon.
That's planned. 2 twins falling. Damn. 2 egos falling. Pac had he must have had an Aries moon or a Leo moon. Yeah.
Aries.
Cause that's why Big was chill. Like, man, what is problem is? Pac like, the world.
So you mentioned Busta Rhymes
Yeah.
in the Sky's the Limit video.
Yeah.
So his debut album came out March 26, 1996.
Damn.
Yeah. It's called The Coming. It has Woo-Ha. Yeah. It actually went platinum and got him a Grammy nomination.
He got him a Grammy nomination?
Yeah.
That's when Busta came. Yeah, Busta was he was another he was a character. He was animated. He was a character. And this is the first Busta, so he had a different rap style.
Yeah.
I just remember Busta like with the signature garments. This nigga always had a bubble jacket or some type of jacket with some type of matching headpiece.
Yeah.
his clothes and his style was completely different. All his stuff was pretty much customized. You know, whatever he had the jacket on, he had a head wrap to match it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then he may have like the overalls or something like that, and then a bubble denim jacket to match him. Like, it was crazy.
Yeah, he was definitely. That's when, like, I first started seeing, like, hip-hop didn't have to look like one thing, too. Like, I know there's other artists that I've talked about that, like, introduced that you didn't have to look like one thing. But, like, he definitely, like, the innovation and all that, like, it doesn't have to look or sound like one thing.
Yeah, he was. Yeah,
he
and then it's crazy because the energy that he came out with. So he came out with the Leaders of the New School.
Yeah.
He came out hype. That's how he always been. And then when he went solo, he was hyper.
Yeah.
And when you seen him, he was kind of always turned up. Then he changed his style and he just started rapping in his regular voice. So when he, came back out in the early 2000s, right? And he still had he was just more calm.
Yeah.
I think it reflected even more in his in his like interviews and stuff like that. But let us not forget, he had the signature role in Higher Learning.
He really did. I think people overlook that. Like,
he swelled my knuckles.
He did.
That was Bustfish that caught them. Remember, he caught two of them and he stopped. He stopped in his boots. He was chasing after them.
Yeah, I think a lot of people forget that he was in that movie. Actually, yeah.
Had the hair.
Yeah, he's
She's on in there. Busta with the locks.
He definitely needs to be the next person to get the Vanguard Award for sure. Like,
Vanguard
don't nobody else.
The interesting thing about him, no, he should, because the interesting thing about Busta is that he's a storyteller. He's known as a storyteller in the game. Busta is the one who put the story out for a lot of people to find out who weren't there.
Yeah.
That Pac shot the two cops. Yeah, Pac had told Busta that story. Yeah. And so he was just talking about, like, he said, what's the craziest thing? Like, you known to be a storyteller. I think they were asking him what's the craziest thing that he had, wanted a story that someone told him. But he is a storyteller. He's a storyteller, and after him, Fat Joe.
Yeah.
Fat Joe got to me, I would give it to, the idea of Busta just came to mind, but I think Fat Joe was worthy.
Yeah, for sure.
Someone who's always been a staple in the culture.
Hype Williams needs to be next after that as well. Because he, that is the 90s videos, like, all of them. So he for sure needs to get that next.
Yeah, Hype Williams,
Yeah. So, wrapping it all up, out of all the people that I've mentioned today, artist-wise, who is your favorite artist out of all?
Out of all the people that I've mentioned? Man. Man. We mentioned Miguel.
We did.
Let me see who else did we mention. We mentioned Busta. We mentioned. Man, who is my favorite of those artists? It looked like it's gonna have to be a pick me. I'm a very impartial person. Libra rising. I'm very impartial. Then the Sagittarius won't let me.
That is the thing.
I would say who I'm in the mood to listen to after this conversation. I'm probably gonna listen to I Got a Story to Tell, the Biggie.
I appreciate that. Yeah. That makes me happy. Yikes. I'm gonna go with. I think I might have to come on a little. Either the Confessions album.
God, see, we talk about so much. I'm listening to that and Biggie.
You could do both. Yeah, it's a thing.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna cut on the Confessions.
Yeah. Well, thank you for coming on. I'm super glad to have you.
Yeah, appreciate it. You know, it was my pleasure. I enjoyed myself.
Thank you. So where can the people find you at? Find your clothing line, all that good stuff.
All right. So, we have our Instagram, AB_originality, Aboriginality. We're also online at aboriginality.bigcartel.com. We are also at DClawZeke in DeSoto, as well as the DeSoto Mart with the Ashe store. Yeah. So, it's 2 places you can, 3 places rather, you know.
Yeah.
So, get at us, you know. We're always progressing the culture through fashion and art, giving you that renaissance, ongoing renaissance.
I appreciate that. All right, y'all.
All right.
All right, y'all. That was it for this episode. To get daily content, follow us on all of our social media platforms, and I cannot wait to see you guys for the next episode.